After 4 decades of service to Jamaica's justice system, 17 years as Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn is this evening bidding farewell as she goes on retirement.
Thank you, Jamaica, for your support and your love. I will always appreciate it.
Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn during a sit-down with TVJ News some 48 hours before her tenure comes to an end. Ms. Llewellyn was appointed Jamaica's first female DPP in 2008, but her journey as prosecutor began long before that. Combined, she served 40 years. She led a sweeping transformation of the office, digitizing operations and strengthening prosecutorial procedures. Under her leadership, the office of the DPP grew from a unit of about 20 prosecutors in 2008 to more than 50 in 2018.
In the meeting office, I can tell you that we have received approval to go up to 70 prosecutors, which will make us the biggest agency in the Caribbean.
But her journey was not without challenges. Among the landmark cases, her office led the Vibes Cartel murder trial, the Christopher Douglas Coke extradition, the Traffic Guru case, among others. Her critics have not been very kind.
I have had to deal with the slings and arrows coming from both sides at different times. But as I told you before we started this interview, I have always considered myself to be an independent-minded person. And having been a first, I recognized that I must never be captivated by my gender. And this is why I love to coin the phrase that to be a good professional in this sphere, you have to have mental toughness, or what I like to call testicular fortitude. It transcends gender, and a broad back.
And speaking of broad back, before reaching the then retirement age of 60 on September 21, 2020, the DPP received a 3-year extension that lapsed in September 2023. Her bid for a further extension was rejected, and the government amended the constitution to increase the retirement age for the DPP and the Auditor General from 60 to 65, saying it was to bring the positions in accordance with the new pension law. That amendment triggered a bruising legal battle with opposition lawmakers who argued that it was engineered to keep Llewellyn in office. A constitutional court ruling in April 2024 initially cast doubt on her future. But in December 2024, the Court of Appeal cleared the way for her return, ruling that the change was valid and that she was entitled to benefit from the higher retirement age. We asked whether she believes the public discourse tarnished her otherwise unblemished legacy.
If you are in a position like DPP and you are not able to deal with the slings and arrows coming from any source, if you are not able to deal with the challenges, then you ought not to be in that particular hot kitchen. So as far as I'm concerned, it was just another challenge. And I have faced so many.
As the curtain closes on a legal career that has helped to shape Jamaica's justice system, Ms. Llewellyn says she's looking forward to rest and reflection. When asked what's next,
I am a public servant at heart. So I guess people will always be able to get me here and there. But what next, after the next few weeks, we will see. That's all I'm prepared to say.
Anthony. A teenager is dead and 4 other men suffered gunshot wounds after gunmen went on a rampage in Portsmouth, St. Catherine Thursday night. The victim has been identified as 19-year-old Rashad Smith. Reports are that Smith was among a group of men talking at a section of the community when 3 men drove up in a white Toyota Axio and started firing at them. Smith and 4 other men were later found suffering from gunshot wounds. All the victims were rushed to hospital where Smith succumbed to his injuries. 2 of the other men are said to be in serious condition. Head of the Area 5 Police, ACP Christopher Phillips, said the police are following several leads.
It's situations where we have reprisals and counter-reprisals, and so we appeal to the citizens against such act. The investigation is progressing. We have some persons of interest. At the appropriate time, we will, name those persons. We're looking on several theories so far, and we're getting the support of the community, which is very, very good for us.
ACP Phillips further stated that the community has been peaceful for the past 2 years and the police will leave no stones unturned in bringing the criminals to justice. He said they're also not ruling out establishing a curfew in the community. And coming up in this newscast, the financial week and our bite of the week. We'll be right back.